In this video, we are going to talk about the top 10 new romance comedy anime that will make you laugh. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. This list has something for everyone, whether you're seeking a few lighthearted moments here and there where you want to laugh so hard that you dislocate your lungs and have to be taken to the hospital. People have different preferences when it comes to the types of jokes and comedic content that they find entertaining, and comedy is no exception. Both types are encouraged to check out the recommended anime series, which range from being lighthearted and endearing to being packed with sarcasm and almost doing something that would be considered immoral. In addition, there is a wide variety of settings, ranging from slice of life to action-packed. Number 10. HINAMATSURI. Yoshifumi Nida, a member of the Yakuza, was at home minding his own business when all of a sudden, a girl who was locked inside an egg appeared in his living room. She demanded that he press a button in order to free her. You can't put this show into one particular category, as the type of jokes, randomness, and sheer stupidity or intelligence of the characters all work together to make you laugh out loud, but in a number of different ways. HINAMATSURI is an absolutely bonkers anime, and it takes a very different approach to comedy. Among comedic anime, which typically rely on only one type of comedy, this is a unique perspective on the genre. Number 9. KAGUYA-SAMA, Love is War. At first, you might get the impression that you're watching just another run-of-the-mill romantic anime when you watch KAGUYA-SAMA. On the other hand, as the time on your watch continues to pass, so will the innate want to burst out laughing in fits. The animation is done in such a way that nothing is understated and everything is made into a comedic portrayal, thus there is very no downtime in between the laughter. This is a brilliant style of animation that leaves no scenario unchanged. This anime is a roller coaster ride of a humorous experience because of the excellent voiceovers, narration, large orchestral musical parts, and the sheer randomness of references made throughout the show, which range from samurais to Friedrich Nietzsche. Number 8. Shokugeki no SOUMA. Soma Yukihara makes the decision to pursue cooking seriously at a world-renowned and elite culinary academy, where only 10% of students are able to graduate each year. This decision was inspired by Soma's father, who also pursued a career in the culinary arts. Every time you watch this anime, it will make you want to dive headfirst into a steaming bowl of ramen because it is both hilarious and visually stunning. The animation in this show is great and lovely. Be forewarned that a significant portion of the humor is derived from eki, since it will take you by surprise because of how very unexpected it is. The characters in the story will occasionally consume a dish that is so delicious that it causes them to shout with joy while their clothing falls apart and their bodies distort in unusual ways. You've been given fair warning, as the manga's original illustrator was a hentai mangaka, Tihi, which is another thing that should be brought to your attention. Number 7. KOMI can't communicate. Shuko Komi is misunderstood by her classmates as having a calm and refined demeanor, despite the fact that they hold her in high regard and believe that she is the most beautiful goddess at her school. In reality, she suffers from extreme social anxiety and shyness. Hitohito Tadano, a character C type of person, is the person she meets on the first day of high school. Despite the fact that he isn't socially gifted in any way, he decides to help her come out of her shell and make friends despite the fact that he isn't socially gifted in any way himself. This anime series is both clean and heartwarming, but it is also quite insane. It features some of the most unpredictable side characters, including some who appear regular on the surface but are, in reality, insane, disturbed, and hilarious. The depicted scenes and situations might occasionally undergo a complete transformation in the space of 1 second, going from something lighthearted and innocent to something extremely dark, gruesome, or carnal. Number 6. Life Lessons with URAMICHI-ONIISAN. If your eyes are sparkling and your jaw is dropped, you probably won't enjoy this show as much as you could. You need to have eyes devoid of emotion in order to appreciate this animation. You need to have been put into the world, chewed up by the facts of life, and not spit out but expelled out of the excretory orifice at the end of its alimentary canal in order to be successful in the real world. This one is for the young adults who have chosen to lie at the bottom of the ocean rather than swim and persevere through its currents. Watching this show is recommended for you if your eyes no longer have any delight left in them other than the occasional 10-minute bouts of passion that you experience. URAMICHI-ONIISAN is going to make you laugh with his never-ending supply of cynical and mocking humor. Number 5. Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. The events of the novel take place at a famous school known as Suzaku High, and it soon becomes clear that there is something of a supernatural nature occurring there. The main character, whose name is Yamada, decides to enroll in school with high expectations for his future. After the first year at the school, he goes back to his old habits, and his reputation takes a nosedive as a result. He expresses the desire to stop loitering around and being a delinquent, but he is unable to do so. This particular academy is home to 7 different witches, each of whom possesses a unique power that can only be accessed through the use of a kiss. Because he is the protagonist, he also possesses some sort of unique power. After learning what is going on in the school, he and the members of the Supernatural Studies Club go out on a mission to find all of the witches and assist Yamada in kissing each one of them. It's not optional at all. Number 4. The Pet Girl of Sakurasu. We have here an anime that tells the story of a few students who live together in a dorm room despite being oddballs and outcasts. Because of unforeseen events, a student named Sarada, who is in their second year, is ultimately forced to relocate to this dorm. He struggles to readjust his expectations in light of the new circumstances. One of the other people living in the dorm is a huge bundle of vitality named Misaki. She is a huge fan of animation. There is also a playboy by the name of Jean who should not be underestimated, as well as a programmer who we seldom ever get to see, and a few other people, including the dorm manager and the art teacher. When it was finally time for him to move into the dorm, he brought with him a world-famous artist by the name of Mashiro. This brought with it an even greater degree of unpredictability to his already chaotic daily life. She develops a strange familiarity with him, which marks the beginning of the story. It's a funny but heartbreaking story about some fascinating people and the relationship we call friendship. The funny parts make you cry, and the sad parts make you laugh. Number 3. Golden Time. This anime is the perfect pick for you if you are sick of seeing the same old high school cliches over and over again. The setting of the story is a university or college. The main character, Tada Banri, is a first-year student at the university. After the accident that left him with amnesia the previous year, he decided to start his life over in Tokyo. Since that time, he has been unable to recall anything that occurred in the time leading up to the tragedy. Now that he is enrolled in college, he makes friends with a tall man named Mitsuo Yanagisawa, and he is immediately perplexed by the circumstance that the tall man is in. Mitsuo is engaged, but his relationship with his fiancée is strained to say the least. Despite the fact that the girl is a total knockout in her own right. Number 2. My teen romantic comedy snafu. A young man named Kaguya-Hachiman is a loner. His presence is meaningless to the vast majority of other people in the entire school, and the man himself has become resigned to the absurdity of the situation. He believes that young people tell lies and are bad. However, when his lovely teacher reads his essay, she shows signs of being really concerned. She makes the decision to force the boy to sign up with the community service organization. Yukino, a young girl who has the appearance of being chilly but is actually very compassionate at heart, is the sole member. They weren't together for long before they were joined by a bubbly girl named Yui, and almost immediately after that, their lives and the lives of others around them started taking exciting and unexpected turns. What exactly are they going to get when they finally reach the conclusion of this so-called golden age of youth? You'll have to see the anime to find out. Number 1. Brighter Than the Dawning Blue. Yoke me Yori Ruriiro na is an anime that nearly never gets any attention from outside sources. The romantic elements and comedic aspects of this anime work extremely well together. The events of the story take place in a version of our world in which the moon and the earth are inextricably linked. The moon princess leaves her palace in the sky and travels to earth in an effort to live with a teenage girl there. There is some kind of custom that needs to be upheld, and it is important to do so. It is because of this custom that a lovely love story between a princess and a young man named Tatsuya gets its start. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.